Yeah, buddy, we here, baby. It's your
What's
boy
good? What's good?
Yee.
It's your boy
Your boy-
GDQ, baby.
It's your boy Real Walter Ford eating a burrito.
And it's your boy Mac2301. It's the Activated Podcast. We out here.
Activated.
Do 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 do.
How y'all feeling, bro? After that protest at the mayor house.
Here, bitch.
Y'all know what they call him? Faulkner? You know what I'm saying? Faulkner?
He's about to become the most hated mayor in California. That's for sure, bro.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Bro, he's about to let all these people from all these other states and all these other cities come down here because
Give
they
us all the
can't,
Rona.
yeah, because they can't do anything and he wants to keep everything open.
Okay, I'm gonna start with my monologue right away. Then I'm just gonna go for my consciousness. I don't even either one, both. Okay, conscious and consciousness. All right. But yeah, the mayor, the interesting thing about San Diego is they have a strong arm form of government. So that means the mayor actually has the final decision on everything. That's not the case everywhere. So that means that no matter what the county says, because we have a county of supervisors in the San Diego County, and they do certain things like make health codes and they do a bunch of different things. And they kind of make laws or whatever. But it doesn't matter. The city of San Diego can be more strict, or they could basically do whatever they want because the mayor has the final decision. So when
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so local politics matter. That's for sure. And you could see when city council, that matters. Okay, like La Mesa, they elect their own mayor. I don't even know how many. I'm so bad, bro, that I don't even know how many. Like how often the mayor election is. I don't know if I think it's every 4 years, but I mean, that's how, even I don't know much about local politics. So we need to be on our local politic game just as much as our state and federal. So with the Activated Podcast, that's why we're going to do those brochures. Or they're going to talk about all the bills, who's running for what, who you should vote for and why. And it'll be at the local, so San Diego, and then state, so California for us, and then we'll do the country too. And San Diego is actually likely going to have a citizen review board bill on the upcoming ballot, so that's going to be a big one too. So there's going to be a lot coming up. So local politics are huge, especially this election, and especially after this election in the midterms in 2022 also. So that's your boy's monologue. We gone, baby. Pay attention, y'all.
No, but that goes along with, you know, what I was talking about last week with voting. Like it's not just the presidential election that's important. It's every level, because everybody sits there and thinks like, oh, voting in the presidential election has the most effect on your everyday life, and that's,
Or it's the opposite.
it's not the case at all.
Yeah. People think that it either affects you all the way or it don't affect you whatsoever.
And that's completely false. That's completely false, which is why, like, everything, like, I get it. I'm gonna add on to your monologue, Q. I'm gonna add on to your monologue. I get it. For example, I get it. Trump and Biden aren't your greatest choices, but who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for in the primaries? You know what I'm saying?
Me, I voted for Bernie in the primaries.
Well, I mean, I voted for Bernie too, but that's not what I'm asking, you know, in general. I'm asking, but who did you vote for? Did you vote in the primaries?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You probably didn't.
No, well, there's also a lot of stuff that goes on in the primaries too, so people need to vote in the primaries. That's huge,
yes,
bro.
exactly. But what I'm getting at is that, like, you complain, you know, that Bernie or Biden and Trump, like, oh, I don't want to pick neither one. Okay, well, you had options. You had options back in the primary, but you didn't vote because you thought you just thought that you wasn't going to be affected by it. And then when you come down to your final two candidates, you want to complain about it.
Hey, on my conspiracy theory stuff, though, I think they be sabotaging Bernie. I ain't gonna flex, but my bad for cutting you off.
No,
Hey,
you're right. You're right.
you
Hold
right.
on, hold on. I'm gonna actually keep going. They actually removed this video from YouTube, so I don't know why.
Yeah, I was just I was
I
just
was
trying to.
looking for it, so I'm gonna redo a video. I don't know why they're doing that. So I'm gonna
Like the video we talking on right now. It's
yeah.
not live.
Yeah. So keep going, y'all, but we're gonna keep this going because my monologue was good. So
We ain't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off, though, man. Keep going.
No, you good.
It's recorded, right? So you can just
yeah,
upload it, right?
yeah. So keep going.
So like I said, you got options. You got options, and they weren't. You didn't do anything about it, and now you're complaining about it. Now we're stuck with it. But what I was getting at is that people think that the presidential election has the most effect on their everyday lives, and that's not the case. It's really your state level and city level that affects your everyday. It's your city that makes all these laws. It's the city that determines the prosecutors, and the DAs and everything else that has effects over your daily life. And you have to take every level, not just the presidential election, seriously, because like I said, those are the ones that are going to affect your life. Like, you want to talk about, you know, um, the unfair justice system. Okay, well, who'd you put in? Who's your prosecutor? Who's your judge?
Yeah.
Get rid of lifetime congressmen and get rid of these lifetime politician spots. Nobody should be able to live their entire life in a position, without what's the word?
Properly representation, or
Yeah,
proper representation of the people that they're supposed to be representing.
yeah, that too. I was just gonna say without like recertifying or something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So, Senate, congressmen, all of these political positions don't need to have lifetime positions. No, you gotta have that "what have you done for me lately" mentality when it comes to these politicians and these elections. If you're not living up to the standard that we expect from you, we'll find somebody else. And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do from every level, city, state, country, whatever.
Let them know, baby.
So, yeah, we got to do better. We got to do better. And we as Black people have to do better. Black people don't realize that, like, the 2016 presidential election, Hillary won the popular vote, but she lost the electoral college by 400,000. How many Black people didn't vote in 2016? It was I think it was 14% of the Black population, of the country's Black population, voted. Just imagine if even half the Black community voted, we probably wouldn't have, I guarantee you, if the Black people voted, Trump wouldn't be president. Hillary wouldn't have been the primary candidate. Bernie would have. However, with the conspiracies and all that other stuff, but we're just talking flat.
They sabotaged him. Yeah. They had evidence that they was like, fuck Bernie. I had evidence of that shit.
But if we were just doing outright, if it was outright voting, just flat out popular votes,
yeah.
Which is, that's another thing.
If you win by enough, then they can't cheat it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we as Black people, we got to do better too. We have to do better with our voting participation as well, because.
And I think you should say people in general too, bro. A lot of people didn't vote. A lot of Black people didn't vote.
A lot of people, but when we're talking about the state of the country now with what's going on, we have to hold ourselves accountable too. Like,
yeah.
We're sitting up here, we're complaining about Trump, but it's just like, but did you vote to prevent him from getting out or from being elected? Did you vote to prevent him from being elected? No, you didn't. You see what I'm saying? And we're sitting up here, we're talking about, we're fighting for equality. Okay, we're fighting for equality. Cool. Remember, your grandmother couldn't vote. Your grandmother couldn't vote. Your grandparents couldn't vote. That's let's just say at a minimum 60 years ago. 60 years ago, they couldn't vote.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can vote with no restrictions, as long as you're not a felon and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want to vote. You don't want to vote.
You can vote, but it's a lot of voter suppression and stuff. But I know what you're saying though.
I get that, but we're also putting in you're giving us cop outs.
Yeah,
I
of
get
course.
it.
Yeah.
I get it. There's voter suppression. There's voter suppression. But you can mail in a ballot. There's other ways you can do this. There's other ways and to be honest, you should actually do mail-in ballots anyways.
Yeah, especially now. Niggas got the Rona. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, minus the Rona. Minus all of that. You don't, because you sit there, because when you sit there and you wait for voting day and you go to these polls, you go in there and you wait for 8 hours and you don't know you go in there thinking like, okay, I'm gonna vote for just the president, not realizing there's like 100 other things that you're gonna vote for that you have no knowledge on.
Yeah, G, we voted for porn stars if they got to use condoms or not or something like that. Remember that?
Yeah, like
remember that? I was like, what?
Yeah. So again, yes, you are right with we all have to hold ourselves accountable when it comes to voting, but in terms of the progression of Black people and the progression of equality for everybody,
we need all hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Nobody is excluded. If you can vote, vote. And trust me, I'm one of the biggest ones that I tell you that I think the voting process is bullshit. I think the electoral college is bullshit. I think it should just be flat out most votes wins. That's how you do it in anything else that we do in life. When it comes to votes, the most votes wins. It's not, oh, who got the most votes here? Okay, so what do you got? Who are you guys picking then? Like, no, that's not how that works. I vote for someone, you vote for someone, and it keeps going. Whoever has the most votes wins. That's it. I don't, but yeah, that's my continuation.
Well, the electoral college doesn't matter in local elections, so
yeah,
and
I know
most state elections and for most bills. So really, it's only the president. So yeah,
but yeah, and that's
voting
why
is
I brought it up. I brought it up because of that. That's where you see the most scrutiny. Every election, it's always something. From the time Bush was president, because that's the earliest election that I can remember, the Bush and Gore election of 2000, the infamous Florida ballot scandal. Like, I remember that. And almost every year, except for Obama's, because he just flat out won, like a real nigga supposed to, but it's always been scrutiny. Every presidential election has had some kind of scandal, scrutiny, uncertainty, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's why I brought up the electoral college, because I feel like that's a bullshit ass stipulation or variable in keeping control over the votes. But yeah, that's my continuation monologue of Q's.
Boop. Okay, well, don't go into your next one because that was 10 times. Just
oh yeah, no, you talking for a minute.
You were spitting facts.
Killing it.
All right, Walter.
Well, all I got to talk about is I
really
ain't got too much to talk about. But the main thing I want to talk about is I guess people that have their awareness and focus on the wrong things. Because what's going on right now in America is not political. And what I'm hearing, and from a lot of conversations I have, as y'all know, I be going in on all the social media platforms, and I engage these people that have opposing views. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, if you talk to somebody with enough logic and reasoning, they'll tell you their true feelings or their true how they truly feel or their true purpose or whatever. Because logic and reasoning and ethics at the end of the day always win. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, people keep saying that this is anything with the Black Lives Matter movement or whatever, it's a leftist, radical leftist thing or something like that. And I think that I truly believe that the right nor the left have put themselves in a position to be positive for Black lives or Black people prior to today, or you know what I'm saying, prior to today's situation, because now it's a conversation that has to be had. Whereas before, you can like blow it off, or you could be like, "Oh, that's just the left, radical left people, blah blah, whatever." When in reality, it's actual people hurting and people's lives and people's livelihood at stake. And I think that rhetoric, honestly, is not added on by the president of the United States. Today, like I was telling them earlier, he said that the president of the United States said that he believes Black Lives Matter is a hold on, let me get the exact term. It is a symbol of hate.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter is a symbol of hate. The vice president of the United States.
Well, let me add to that. He said that the mural in New York was a symbol of hate. That's what he said. It was about the mayor of New York.
I was gonna get into context. Of
okay.
it.
Well, my bad then. My bad.
You good? You good? So in New York on Fifth Ave, they were gonna put Black Lives Matter in front of the Trump Tower, and they asked him specifically, since you've done so much to help the Black community, what would you tell people that feel like these monuments and these statues who enslaved people? What would you tell these people? And he says that it's beautiful history and like they're tearing down the heritage of the country and blah blah blah. A lot of people don't know that Confederacy lasted 5 years. The Confederacy lasted 5 years, G. Literally 5 years. Like, how can something that lasted 5 years in American history be our history? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just great that we're opposed to like the United States. So anyway,
They're traitors, damn Confederates.
Well, yeah. I mean,
they're losers.
I mean, it's just a
racism always loses, man.
It's just a weird revolving door, and all these people now are getting, because racism before got you money and it got you positions, it got you position in power, and it was acceptable, I guess you could say, in for lack of a better word. And now it's not racism is not profitable. So I'm not saying that a lot of these companies don't feel that way, but it's less profitable.
A lot of them are pandering.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are just going with the flow, or I mean, even if they are, they've been, you know what I'm saying? These flags and this Confederate flag has been around. It has been felt that way. You know what I'm saying? According to like NASCAR. I just seen this post by Harley Davidson. It's 6,000 posts.
Oh yeah, I commented.
Yeah, 6,000 posts of people like, well, I hate that you're turning this political, and all they said was racism and hate is evil. And it's crazy that all these people are misconstruing like life to like a political gain or political whatever, because they don't want to accept the truth, or want to literally they don't want to accept the reality that their way of thinking is not the popular way of thinking anymore. I literally watched this lady in like,
it's not even about you know what you just said. It's about good and bad.
Yeah, like, good and evil. I swear to God, it's about good and evil.
It's good and evil. Like, racism is evil. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing good that comes from it. Like, there's just no absolute positivity to gain out of racism.
So what I'm a bet.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying, and like with the pandering thing, I feel like a lot of companies are pandering because they don't want their bottom line to be affected. Because being silent is being complicit, right?
That PLC dollar is real.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But continue.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'm really wanted to end it on that. So what my main goal of speaking on this is, please, because the people that are watching this, I assume, are already going to be listening and paying attention. But please talk to the people that you can talk to, or show the people that you can show, to allow them to realize that this is way bigger than a politics or a policy or anything. This is about good and evil. When we went to the mayor's house for the protest, at the end, I was finna roast all these white people and tell them that they back of their necks were like packets of hot dogs. But my guy Mike over there, he was already talking. White dude, skinny white dude, looked like, you know what I'm saying, looked like a young Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? He was over there talking to him, and the younger dudes, you know what I'm saying, the younger, I don't know how young they was. They had to be like 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. You know what I'm saying? They were listening. And they actually sat and paid attention to what I was saying, because I was explaining it to them in a way that they can comprehend. And all it took was Mike, who was a white dude, looked like them, to come and to open that door to that conversation. And then I came in and swooped in and hit him with the real life fucking factual shit. I was like, I got this fucking bright green button up flowery shirt so I don't scare white women at work, because I work at Fashion Valley Mall. I work at a high-end mall. So have that conversation. Have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I had to say.
Boop.
Hey, really quick, I seen one of our viewers asked us, what about creating a different political party?
I'm 100% with that. Angela Davis said that too, and I'm with it.
In other countries, they have like 6 political parties.
Yeah.
What about ranked choice voting? That's a good one too.
That is good. That'll be
ranked choice voting is actually a thing.
What is that exactly? Like,
so you rank your people. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, and then like if 5, 4, and 3 like don't do that well, then you know, their votes go to the person above them. So they go. It keeps on going back to first, and then they keep on.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
something
like
that. I'm not the best explainer, but go look up ranked choice voting.
I understand. Shout out. I can be honest. I don't think that is too free if you only got 2 options. I can really be keeping a bug with you, and that's really all I got to say about that. Because I like you said, a third or a different party. I mean, that's just that's going against the grain, but we didn't already went against the grain enough already. Yeah. So
shout out to the Tea Party.
Tea Party.
Y'all remember the Tea Party? Shout out the Tea Party. Shout out the Green Party. You know what I mean?
Party.
Shout out the Green Party. Shout out, I don't know what else. The Wigs. Shout out the Wigs. From
the Wigs. I'm dead.
All right. Are we?
I ain't with. I'll say, yeah.
Or you got something? You have something, right? We're close to being done.
Who, me personally?
Yeah, you have your.
Topic. I was just gonna talk about this whole Russian bounty scandal.
Oh yeah. Get on that real quick, and I got a quote I want to say.
Yeah. And my thing is, like, I don't understand how it's not getting attention like that it should have, when you really break it down and look at what is being said or being done. Russia, I'm gonna leave that part at that, because we all know about Russia. We've known about the stuff about Russia for X amount of years, you know, whatever, however long. But Russia literally is paying bounties to the Taliban to kill U.S. soldiers overseas.
That's crazy. Crazy.
And
watch Trump's interview today on that too.
Bro, they've been doing that though. That's Russia's war, bro. It's a proxy war, bro. They fund the insurgents, man.
But here's the thing. Here's where I'm just so flabbergasted by it. Like, I can't understand how it's not being taken seriously when they said that the White House was notified as early as last year, as 2019, October of 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So you've known about this for about 9 months, haven't said anything, haven't done anything, none of that. And it just blows my mind how people are so, they want to bring up disrespecting the flag, disrespecting the soldiers that fight for your country and all that kind of stuff. But the commander in chief literally knows that his homeboy over in Russia is whacking soldiers. And I don't mean to use whacking because that sounds bad,
But he's
but
getting hits put on the soldiers.
yeah, but is literally putting hits out on your American soldiers, and you're just sitting there. And I'm like,
and you called him a good dude and wanted him to come back to the G6 or G7, right? G7.
Bro, it's because Russia has hella dirt on that fool, and they've been laundering money with Trump, and Trump owes them hella money because the Russians basically got him out of debt. He has so much ties to the Russians. They go back to the 80s, bro.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I'm telling you, bro. He is a puppet for a lot of other countries, and it's true. It's all fact, bro. I'm serious.
Yeah.
And shout out to the CIA, because the CIA's been doing that since the beginning of the CIA has been created.
But
they've been funding proxy wars in other countries. That's where Russia learned that tactic was from us, bro. That's what the CIA used to do, bro. And
sounds like everybody.
They still do
sounds
that.
like
They
everybody.
still do that.
Everybody gets everything.
Opposition,
everybody gets
bro.
everything from us and then uses it against us. That's how that works,
bro.
But no, really
that's proxy wars are literally because of the United States, bro. We started that. We started funding
as well as a lot of other things that's coming back to bite us in the ass.
We fund uprisings, just like we funded the uprising in Iran in the 50s, which basically turned it into a crazy ass country because of the CIA, because they installed a dictator. And that's exactly what is happening in America, basically. It's the exact same thing. Russia's it does proxy wars, and then they have someone that they can control who's a dictator, bro. And it's exactly like I told Walter. It's the foundation of geopolitics. Dude wrote the book 20 years ago. When people want to talk about the Cold War, it never ended, bro. It's just a proxy war. It's just different now.
It's just modified. It's just like the 13th Amendment. They've just found a way to modify and tweak it to keep it going. But no, really quick, and I'm done with the topic though. Somebody had asked me. They was like, "Well, what do you expect him to do?" Something. That's all I expect is something. Do I want him to start a war? No, because then that just means he can't leave office, and I don't want that. But I would accept it if he be like, oh, that's not true. But to sit there and say, oh, you didn't know about it or anything like that, I find that just bullshit. I find that complete and utterly bullshit.
You're the most informed person in the world.
You're the most powerful person. You're the most blank person in the world.
What I just said was a quote by Kayleigh McEden, whatever her name is.
Bro, Kayleigh McKinney or whatever her name is, bro. You said that they got a new one, bro. She's still.
I thought they did. They said that they did, but then I guess they put her back up in there.
Yeah, right. They love her, bro.
Yeah. Her, they did hire another dude, but then they just put her back up there. They said,
she said there's coronavirus embers in states. That's what she called it, embers. Embers, bro. Embers. Come on, bro.
Yeah. What did our followers say?
But
see Matt. I see. Shout out Matt. Matt's in here.
What's up, Matt?
In a decade.
I'm looking for this. I had a quote, but I might.
You are gonna wait until you hear the shit that has been going on with this fool, bro. In just 5 years, in just 2 years, wait till you hear the shit that this fool's been doing, bro. This fool is the most.
There's like 3 books already.
Oh, criminal.
Yeah, they try to block his
be 3,000 in freaking 5 years, bro. I'm dead ass, bro. This fool.
Hey, it's
hella criminal.
Everybody finna snitch.
Hey, criminal. It's bad when your family members are telling about, hey, y'all didn't. We didn't
Melania is ready, bro. Melania is ready to get that bread, bro. Melania.
Oh, you said his wife?
Melania is ready to go and do a world tour, bro. I'm telling you.
You talking about his wife?
Yes, bro. They're
Oh,
gonna
I was talking
they're
about
gonna
his
divorce. She gonna get
I,
all his money, whatever
I
money
think it was
he
his
doesn't have.
niece.
His niece finna write a book on it too. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Melania,
no. She wrote it. She wrote it already,
Oh yeah.
but
He
they
blocked
tried to
her.
take her to court and block her from releasing it.
I think
they're
they
doing the
already
same
went
with
to
John
court.
Bolton. Yeah, they've already been leaking it. But Melania's writing a book already too, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Wait until that fool is not in office, bro. She's gonna be going on every news channel singing like a bird, bro. She's gonna get so much money
Hell
from
no, she ain't
interviews.
gonna go every news channel. Cause she gonna be like, you gotta pay me $500 million for this.
Every news station's gonna pay for it, bro.
Hell
Like
no. Yeah, you're
that
right.
is the most criminal president, maybe one of the most criminal people enterprises of all time, bro. The Republicans, it's a whole thing, bro.
Oh yeah, I know. Remember, niggas forget that during the impeachment shit, what was his name? Ted Cruz? Was it Ted Cruz or am I wrong?
No, it was
No. What's his name?
the dude in
Muniz. The Muniz
no
dude.
that guy, bro. That fool.
Did you peep game how he was part of the committee and he was actually in Russia doing the stuff?
He was part
But he
of
part
it.
of the committee that's part of the impeachment committee. I said, bro. Bro. Yeah, it's gonna come out. People forget all that shit because he do so much stuff, so you forget all the shit. So here,
Okay.
let's end it with this,
All
y'all.
right, yeah, and yeah, my bad, but
James Baldwin, because this is one of my guys. First off, watch James Baldwin, I Am Not Your Negro. It's one of the most informative things you ever see. He says, imagine one of the reasons people cling to their hate so stubbornly is because they sense once the hate is gone, they'll be forced to deal with pain.
They'll be forced to deal with the pain.
James Baldwin.
Mm-hmm. And I agree because I believe so many people are just they refuse to
Accept reality, bro.
Not only accept reality.
No offense, Q. Also, a lot of white people just want to feel significant and shit. Because people saying white lives matter is killing me.
no, well, the people, any white person who says white lives matter is racist, bro.
It's killing me, bro.
The all lives matter is usually the alt-right crazy white
Yeah,
people,
exactly.
you know what
All
I mean?
that shit. That shit is killing me.
And the blue lives matter are just as terrible. So that you got
but
three different.
the white lives matter though. I feel you on
those are
all lives.
extra.
Those
Are extra
like,
racist,
bro.
bro.
What?
Those
Are you
extra
arguing
racist.
to be the victim? Don't that mean you should be marching too?
But I also think, to add on what you said, Walter, is a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people just don't want to admit that they're wrong.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
I agree with that.
They double down because they don't want to be wrong.
They don't want to change their what is it called? Their paradigm. They don't want to change their way of thinking or process of thinking. Like if you change my perception of how I look at the world, then I have to change everything that I've ever learned, been taught, blah, blah, blah. And that's going to change me as a person. And I'd much rather be comfortable being this person because I'm used to it than stepping into the unknown where uncomfortability runs rampant.
Mm-hmm. And like James Baldwin said, they don't want to they don't want the acceptance of dealing with pain. Like, dang, I did all of this evilness. And now I finally realized that was wrong. Now I feel like a shitball.
Hell yeah! I made this chick block me earlier because of that. She was like, "This doesn't happen. This happens to all colors of people." I'm like, "All colors except white," and then I just kept posting shit.
Yeah, bro, the trolls are getting handled, bro.
They are.
The trolls are not allowed to troll anymore, bro.
Yeah, it's a rap, bro. Just dude got a dancer outside of his house, and I said, "Show me a white dancer."
I got time every day now. I got time.
Oh yeah,
I got firing back at the trolls. So
hey, just like in when Walter was talking about the Harley Davidson stuff, real quick, I was like, I went in there and I read all the comments. Everybody's like, being the opposite, and I'm like,
blah, blah, blah,
all of y'all in here are mad, but they didn't already got your Harley Davidson money. So
exactly, nigga, you already got the bike.
I already got I don't know how much a Harley Davidson costs, but they already got your $40,000.
They not worth. Yeah, Harley Davidson's not hurting.
Like For real. I mean, it's the same
Well,
thing
they
with Nike.
kind of are compared to what they used to be, but that's
I mean,
did-
yeah, but
that's
think
why
about
they
it.
did. But remember what you said though. They are
Yeah,
pandering.
they got to get
And
part of
Harley
that cake.
Davidson is not doing as well as they used to be.
Hey,
They
but
need to,
They
they
gotta
need to
get with
be.
it.
Yeah.
But can I say something though? Like maybe
And
it's
they
just me,
expensive
like,
as hell.
from, but most black people don't ride Harley Davidsons where I'm from.
Well, yeah, but I know black people that do get in with some Harleys though.
I do, but not enough to where like you feel the need to pander to
I
the
mean,
black.
well, shit, we are now though. Shit,
But that's what
we
I
finna
mean.
start
Bro.
now.
Come on, look at NASCAR. NASCAR did not care, not say anything until stuff started going down, bro. Shout out
Yeah,
NASCAR for pandering too, because you know damn well they
Well,
didn't care.
no, that you
You
can
know they've
thank
been calling Bubba Wallace nigga for his whole
Come
Come
career.
on,
on, bro. Come
His
on,
whole
bro.
career.
NASCAR, bro. Come on. Look
Yeah.
at and then the NFL's hilarious. Like, oh, we're gonna allow people to kneel now. Okay, bro.
Oh, and Kaepernick can get back in the league
But you
now.
Okay, bro.
still ain't addressed
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick, or you still haven't apologized to him. None of everything. You want to discredit something, everything that y'all just said is discredited. Until y'all apologize and address that y'all were wrong and apologize to Kaepernick, none of the stuff that you're doing matters. And to wrap it up, bro, that's how it is with everything. You can take down these statues, you can take down these flags, you can paint murals of Black Lives Matter, but first of all, none of that is what we asked for. One, and then two, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything at all. That doesn't change any laws.
They changing the word from master bedroom. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about a master bedroom?
We
Calling
do
it the master. I
about
don't
the
give a
master.
damn. Who do that? So yeah. But anyway,
All right.
on that note, I appreciate y'all. This is the Activated Podcast, man. Thank y'all for watching us. I've been drinking this wine, eating burritos.
Yeah.
The real Walter Ford.
Yeah, it's your boy
Boy.
GDQ. Oh,
You got it. You got
I
it.
bet it's your boy GDQ. Make sure y'all tuned in to this protest coverage in San Diego because
Yeah.
we
Yes.
going in, and we going in until they lock us down again, and
Yeah.
then we still may
And
come
me too.
outside because those dudes, all those crazy white people went outside with no masks on protesting.
Come on
So
now.
we gonna be
Listen
out
to
there
Anderson
mask
Paak.
on protesting.
It should have
Yeah.
been a
You here,
lockdown.
baby? It's your boy GDQ.
People are
Yeah,
rising.
it's your boy Mac 2301. It's the Activated Podcast. Shout out to all our followers. Shout out all of our subscribers.
Everybody on the live stream. Also, hit subscribe, hit like on this video. We appreciate it. Share, please. Get everybody else informed, involved too, because we're trying to give you information.
Yeah. So everybody be safe, wear a mask, and stay activated.
Boo.
Good. Wash your hands.